everyone, how are you all? How you been? All good? Alright, in the last class I gave you a short sum up about the lesson titled as Little Anne in London. And I hope that is clear. So today we're gonna start with our textbook. So are you ready? All of you get ready, take your textbook, page number 17. Let's start the new lesson 2 titled as Little Anne in London. I need all of you to have your textbook with you. Little Anne was a small child, the same age as you are. One day she was walking along with her mother in London city. So once upon a time there lived a small little girl of your age named as Anne. And they lived in London. And one day Anne and her mother was walking in the London city. What happened? They had to pass through Cavendish Square to reach their home. It was a place with beautiful big houses where the rich, the famous, the princes and the dukes lived. And one day Anne and her mother was walking through the Cavendish Square. Cavendish Square is a place where many princes, rich people, famous people, noblemen, all of them lived in that place. Anne and her mother passed through that place. They can see huge palace, huge and big buildings both sides. Note down the word dukes. Dukes means noblemen. So who all lived in that Cavendish Square? Many rich people, famous people, princes, dukes, noblemen, etc. lived near that Cavendish Square. When they passed by the house of one such famous person, a beautiful chariot came and stopped in front of the house. The horses in front of the carriage looked healthy and well fed. Note down the word chariot. Chariot meaning a carriage drawn by horses. Then when Anne and her mother was walking through that place, that way, suddenly a chariot came and Anne was looking to that chariot. And Anne was looking at the chariot. Oh, it's really beautiful chariot. And the horses in front of the carriage looked healthy and well fed. I already told the meaning of the word chariot. A carriage drawn by the horses. And some horses are drawing that carriage. And that horses seems to be well fed. Well fed means they got enough food as they want. And that horses seems to be very healthy. The chariot had bright pictures and painted on its sides. The seats inside were soft, cushioned and covered with silk. And now here the writer explains about the chariot. The chariot was really beautiful. And inside the chariot we can see soft cushioned seats. And also it was also covered with silk material. The footmen wore silver and green colored uniforms. What do you mean by this footmen? Footmen means male helpers like bodyguards. And here in your textbook, you can see here the picture of footmen who are standing near that chariot. They are like the bodyguards, footmen. And look at your textbook. What's the color of their dress? Yes, it's green and silver. Silver color uniform they wore, right? And they all are the bodyguards of that queens in that chariot. And in the chariot, we can also see bright pictures in the both sides. In the both side of the chariot, we can see many colorful pictures also. Even as Anne looked on, a few ladies came out of the house. These ladies were dressed in fine clothes of silk. Their jewels sparkled when they moved. Then, when the chariot stopped near a palace, here comes some ladies from inside that palace and they wore good dresses that was made up of silk. And they also wore like very shining jewels. And whenever they are walking, that jewels are shining. Note down the word sparkled, glowed brightly. That means their ornaments, jewels, everything was glowing very brightly. They wore hats decorated with colorful feathers. Decorated, made more attractive, and those ladies also wore attractive hats with colorful feathers in that hat. Here we can see some ladies who wore silky clothes and shining bright jewels and also colorful feathers. With the colorful feathers hats also they wore, and they are going somewhere in the chariot. Suddenly Anne started crying. Why are you crying? Do you see that chariot? It is so gorgeously decorated. The ladies are wearing such nice clothes. Even the horses seems to get good food. Yes, I see all that. But why does that make you cry, my dear? When that chariot left, Anne started crying. Then by seeing that, her mother asked to Anne, Hey Anne, what happened to you? Why you are crying? Then Anne told her mother that, Did you see that chariot? It is gorgeously decorated. Note down the word gorgeously. Gorgeously means beautifully decorated. And look at that ladies. Look at their dress. Look at their jewels and their hat. They have good food. They have good dress. They are really lucky. And mom, look at that horses too. I think they are also getting good food. Then mother replied, Yes, I saw that. Then why you crying? What's the reason why you are crying? Then Anne said to her mother that, Mother, you told me that God is kind to good people. But it cannot be true. Then Anne told her mother that, Mom, once you told me that God is kind to good people, but I don't believe that. Because if it is true, then we too must have a chariot like that. Then Anne was again saying to her mother that we are kind, but God is not giving a chariot like that. We don't have a chariot like that people. Then mother replied, Look over there, Anne. What do you see near the chariot door? Then the mother pointed her fingers to the near that chariot door. Then mother told that Anne, look at there. What can you see there? Who is near that chariot door? What can you see? Anne looked at the woman standing near the chariot. Her feet are bleeding, and that was a woman, and her feet were bleeding. By seeing that lady, Anne was stunned. What happened to that lady? So let's continue this story in the next class. Read the textbook 3 times. That's all for today. Thank you.